Okay, today let's learn chapter 18 from your social science history. Well, chapter 18 uh, of your history is political formation in the 18th century. Okay, so here in this chapter we will learn some of the important points on rise of independent kingdoms, Sikh, Rajput, such as Sikhs, Rajputs, later Mughals, even Awadh, Bengal, and the rise of this Hyderabad. Okay, and in the later class, probably in the next class, we will learn this Marathas and Manipur under Garib Niwas. Okay, so before we begin with this very lesson, let us see together some of the important words. The first one is erstwhile. Erstwhile means former. Okay, erstwhile USSR means former USSR. Now they don't have USSR, right? So erstwhile. Next one is momentum, the strain that allows something to grow stronger and faster. Revenue, the income of the government from taxation. Disintegration, instead of becoming weaker or being destroyed into smaller parts. Appellate of a court dealing with application for decision to be reversed. Okay, so these are some of the important keywords which you have to remember. As far as Sikh, the Sikh in India were concerned, we have already learned something about this Guru Nanak. He was the founder of this Sikh religion. Okay, he was a religious leader. So the first Sikh Guru was Guru Nanak. You know, I think we have learned something about this Guru Nanak in the previous classes. Is it not so? Okay, when we studied this religious movement. And the sixth Guru, in that way they have Gurus. The sixth Guru, whose name was Guru Har Gobind Singh. Okay, he organized, during his time, he organized Sikh into militants. You know what is militants? Undergrounds. To meet the aggressive policy of the Mughals. So at the time the Mughals were becoming stronger and stronger. So in order to fight them, in order to fight the policy, aggressive policy of these Mughals, these Sikh, they organized into militants. Okay, so it happened during the time of Guru Har Gobind Singh. The next Guru, whose name was Guru Teg Bahadur, he was the ninth Guru during his time. He directly confronted Aurangzeb. You know who was Aurangzeb? He was one of the Mughal ruler in India. Is it not? So this led him or led to his execution. And this this Guru Teg Bahadur was also executed. He was killed, in fact, by this Aurangzeb. So this made the Sikh community, you know, this get a very setback. They were very unhappy with the execution of their guru, whose name was Guru Teg Bahadur, the ninth Guru. So his son, whose name was Guru Gobind Singh, he organized into Khalsa Panth. Khalsa Panth is an organization, a militant group, most probably, warring groups. Okay, he himself was a guru, a religious leader, as well as he was a fighter, most probably. So, organized into Khalsa Panth, don't forget that, for fighting against the Mughals. But during the time of this Guru Gobind Singh, the Sikhs were not united. Okay, because of the strong ruling policy or the strong influence of these Mughal rulers. Okay, let's go to the next one. But during the time of this Ranjit Singh, okay, 1786 to 1839, actually this Ranjit Singh, he was not a king, he was misaldar. During the time of Mughal in India, the Sikh kingdom was divided into different misals. Okay, misals means it's like a district, most probably, or a states or a small provinces. So he was the in charge of this misal, which was known as misaldar, and Sukarcharya. that was a misaldar. Okay, there are other misals also. So this very guy, Ranjit Singh, he founded a very big, powerful Sikh kingdom, most probably in the 18th century. Understand? He was also known as Lion of Punjab. He was called by the British as Lion of Punjab. So you can see from the map, basically this was the map of India. Okay, so you can see Pakistan, all this area that have been shaded in this color was Maharaja Ranjit Singh's empire during 1839. Alright, so he ruled, this was the Sikh kingdom which was founded by Ranjit Singh. And let's go to Rajputs. Rajputs in 1050 AD, you can see the portion of this Rajput. They rule a very big empire. Okay, but when the Mughals they came to India, most of this land like Solanki, Paramar, Chauhans, Tomar, whatever, all these places have been subdued. It has been overtaken by the Mughals, and not only that, all these kingdoms they accepted their overlordship to the Mughals. The overlordship of these Mughals they accepted. They become under the Mughal rules. You understand up to here? So one of the guy whose name was Rana Pratap Singh, basically he was from Mewar. Okay, he in fact he resisted the Mughals till his last breath. He was killed by the Mughals in the war. Okay, but he did not give in. He did not surrender to the Mughal rulers. Okay, his name was Rana Pratap Singh, or he was also known as Maharana Pratap also. Another king whose name was Raja Jaisingh. He was from Amber. Okay, he built the pink city of Jaipur. Jaipur, you know, today is the capital of Rajasthan. Okay, you can see from the picture right here. He built many astronomical observatories at Delhi. All right, such as at Delhi, I mean Jantar Mantar, you know, you can see this one from the picture. This was built by Raja Jaisingh, and even in Jaipur, Varanasi, Ujjain, and even in Madura, he built many astronomical observatories. All right, probably the Rajputs were subjugated. They were defeated by these Marathas by the end of 18th century. So this Rajput kingdom came to an end at the time. Next, Mughals. Yeah, I think in chapter 11, we have already learned about the Mughal rulers such as Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and even Aurangzeb, whose name was also known as Alamgir I. Okay, they were the great Mughal rulers. We also have the rulers that come after this Aurangzeb. They were known as later Mughals, starting from Bahadur Shah I. Okay, till Bahadur Shah II or Bahadur Shah Zafar, whose name was also Bahadur Shah Zafar. Okay, so today we are going to see together these later Mughal rulers. So, as I have already told you, Mughal rulers after the death of Aurangzeb did not have the power and even the prestige also. The first one was Bahadur Shah I. Okay, they were under the influence of the nobles by the army officers, and the conditions of this Mughal empire was worsened. It became bad to worse, especially because of the invasion of this Nadir Shah in 1739. This was Bahadur Shah. Okay, and there was another king whose name was Mahatma Shah, started to decline. But from 1748 to 1806, the emperors were only in namesake. They were Mughal emperor were there, but they don't have any power, they don't have any saying. Okay, so just like that, they became powerless. But later on, this Bahadur Shah Zafar and Bahadur Shah is a different one. This one is Bahadur Shah II also. Okay, So his actual name was Bahadur Shah Zafar. You can see from the picture right here. Actually, he was executed. In some of the books, it says he was exiled to Rangoon, which was in Burma. But in general, say that it was executed. He was killed by the British for his involvement in the Great Revolt of 1857. Okay, so this was the last Mughal ruler in India. After Bahadur Shah, the rule of this Mughal, uh, the, who ruled for 300 years, three centuries, came to an end in India, and the power or all the empire falls under the hands of the British after this. All right, I'm sure you have understood up to here. That was all about later Mughals. So let's come to the next one. Awadh. Sadat Khan, he was the founder of this Awadh kingdom. Okay, this Awadh, during the time of these Mughals, they helped them to overthrow the Sayyid brothers. Okay, not only that, in 1722, this Sadat Khan was made the governor of this Awadh instead of king Awadh, because their kingdom has been overtaken by these Mughals. Another person whose name was Safdar, he became the wazir of Mughal emperor, especially during the time of this Ahmad Shah Abdali, most probably. Okay, so his authority extend up to Rohil Khan. It was to the east of Delhi. Understand? Most probably they were ruling in UP and area. Shuja ud Dawla became also the wazir of Emperor Shah Alam II. Alright, they fight against the British in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. But what happened was that they suffered a crushing defeat in the hands of these Britishers. Alright, so this was the scene of the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Okay, so in 1765, Treaty of Allahabad was signed between the Awadh as well as the British, and this Awadh became a dependency under the British. That means it came under the British rule from that time onwards, 1765, by the Treaty of Allahabad. Don't forget. Bengal, Mughal, this Bengal was Mughal Sabha for a long time. It was a part of this Mughal. The Mughal ruled them for so many years. Okay, so one of the notable guy whose name was Ali Vardi Khan. Let's repeat again. Ali Vardi Khan. He was the deputy governor of Bihar. Okay, and he usurped the governorship of Bengal. Actually, this Ali Vardi Khan was usurped. He was dismissed, most probably. Okay, and declared the independence of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa after that by this guy whose name was Ali Vardi Khan. Okay, so he was very popular in Bengal, Bihar, as well as Orissa. So that happens during the 18th century in Bengal. Hyderabad, Hyder Ulmukh. Okay, actually he was the commander of the Golconda army. He conquered the coastal area of Andhra Pradesh from the Reddy kings. From whom? From Reddy kings. This Hyderabad was ruled by Reddy kings, but it was conquered by Hyder Ulmukh. Okay, and who was Hyder Ulmukh? He was the commander of Golconda army. All right, so this guy, he founded the city of Hyderabad, Hyder Ulmukh. Okay, so the name was taken from this Hyder Ulmukh, Hyderabad, to commemorate his victory over these Reddy kings. So you can see from the picture, this is the modern Hyderabad city, okay, which was founded by Hyder Ulmukh. The next one is Sultan Muhammad. Actually, in 1591, he was a Sultanate time, built the famous Charminar, which is existed till today in the city of this Hyderabad. Okay, you can see from the picture right here. And one notable person, Chin Kulik Khan, whose name was also Nizam Ulmukh. You can see from the picture right here. He emerged powerful. During his time, Hyderabad became very powerful. Nizam also took complete control of the Deccan independent of the Mughals. Understand? So, previously the Mughal rule of Deccan has been transferred to Nizam ul Mulk. So Nizam, but unfortunately Nizam was defeated by the Marathas in 1722 and also in 1738. So rulers of Hyderabad came to be known as Nizams after that. Alright, so these are some of the important points. Next class we will try to see these Marathas and also Manipur under Garib Niwas. Okay, and after that we'll go back to the first chapter of the history and we'll start our revision. Okay, so learn all the notes which I have sent you in your WhatsApp group. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. May God bless you. Thank you so much for participating in this learning.